What? We're live.
We're live. It's Jess, the Sky Kid, and the Knights of the Round Table.
Points.
Beer guy.
Chelsea. And on the phone tonight with us this evening is Max from Half Past Two. Say hi, Max.
Hi, Max.
Hi, Max.
Hi, Jess.
Hi. So, thank you so much for joining us this evening. First question is going to be, it's just you tonight, yes? No other bandmates?
Maybe if they're trickling in to rehearsal, they'll say hi, but I don't think so.
Okay. Do you want to give us a rundown, who you are, what you play, and then introduce the rest of the band who is not on?
Sure. My name is Max. I play guitar and sing and do a lot of the writing and arranging and all that stuff. We have a singer named Tara. She is not here tonight because she is 8 months pregnant and she's staying home tonight. And we have another singer and keyboard player, David Parrott. We have a lead guitar player, Cameron Hallenbeck, tenor saxophone player, Allie Peel, and bass player, Mark Anderson, and drummer, Dan Evans. That is us currently.
So if I did my math correctly, there are 7 of you?
There's 7. There's between 7 and 9 of us usually. We're down a horn player or 2 at the moment, looking for more.
So, as Max was saying, for those of you who are like, why is this? And take 2! We're back. We're going to try a different network connection and hope that it works. Thank you, everybody who pays attention, watches, shares, has subscribed, and is patient enough with us for this. So for all those people who are like, why is your poster backwards? More importantly, why does the internet have to suck so bad? Hey, but anyways, Max, let's talk about your new music video.
Let's do it. It's for a cover of The Killer's "Smile Like You Mean It," which we recorded for our new album, Camp Home. And I'm super excited about it. It's our 3rd music video for the album. But we haven't done it in a while. We released 2 back in July when we released the album. And it just took a while because we were dealing with life stuff, heavy life stuff.
How long have you guys been a band?
Are you there? I can't hear.
You can't hear me? How long have you been a band?
Now I can.
Yay.
We've been a band for almost 12 years, and our first show was a little bit over 11 years ago.
Wow. And
yeah, there were some breaks and drama in between, but that's along with it.
So that's a fairly long time to be an established band. How many original members are there still?
3.
Okay.
But the funny thing about that is all 3 original members were not in the band for periods of time. But so it's back to 3 original members.
Gotcha. So what happens or has happened that there is ebb and flow, and how easy is it to find people to step up to the plate and come on and take on this project?
Well, when we were younger, like the first 3 or 4 years of the band, we were just young and stupid and fought with each other and kicked each other out and were assholes sometimes. But now it's just general life things like people moving or just being too busy, stuff like that. And it is sometimes easy, sometimes hard to find new people. And of course, it's always it's somewhat challenging, so you have to step back and kind of relearn all the songs. And at this point, we have our repertoire is over 30 songs. We've released 5 EP/albums, and we have a number of covers we do and stuff. So it's a lot of work, but it's fun.
So you have 3 music videos, and who does your music video production?
Well, one of the for proximity, the first track off Camp Home, it's kind of a hybrid music video and lyric video, and our singer Tara and her husband just went off and did that completely on their own. which was great. It was awesome. She didn't even really tell me she was doing it, and it was just like, here it is, it's done. And that was awesome, because I love it. The other two videos for SoCal Summer and Smile Like You Mean It are done by a really good friend, Chris Grau. He's in a band here called the 131ers, and he does a lot of music videos for local bands. He's done most of Suburban Legends videos. I'm a big band from around here. I don't know if you guys know them. And then he's done most of the videos for the Bomb Pops. They're a pop punk band from around here. They're on Fat Wreck. And yeah, he's great.
So are you guys signed to a record label?
We are not.
Awesome.
We've never been. We just do our thing.
And so, because we have come across people that they swear by record labels and others that are like, no, we do our own thing. What has made you guys stay independent and continued to be your own thing and not go the way of a record label?
Well, to be honest, no one's ever really approached us to do it, but we also haven't pursued it. It's just we've always been able to self-finance through, playing enough shows to just make it happen. I'd be open to it in the future, but it just never really come up for us.
What is the benefit of being signed to a record label?
Well, I think the biggest benefit would be just getting it to more people, because we don't get a chance to travel that much. Our singer, like I mentioned before, I don't know if anyone ever heard it because we get being cut off, but our singer's pregnant and she already has a kid. She has 2 kids. Our bass player has kids. So we did get to do a 6-day tour with the Toasters in January, but other than that, we don't get out much, and I really appreciate opportunities like being on your show just to get our music like that's out to people. I mean, that's all I want. I want to continue making music. I want people to hear it, and that's pretty much the goal. We do it for ourselves. Like if it wasn't fun, we wouldn't do it. But I just want people to hear the music, and if there was a record label involved, potentially more people would hear it.
Gotcha. Well, if you got signed to a record label, though, wouldn't that also then require that you tour more? And how would that come into play? How do you balance?
Exactly. Yeah, that's a very good point. We kind of do things at our own pace, and it works for us, and that's true. We would not be able to drop everything and tour in support of a record or anything like that.
How often do you guys play out currently?
It's about an average of once a month, but that means sometimes it's like 3 and sometimes it's 0 for a couple months. We've been pretty busy. I think we will have played, so we're playing next Saturday, if anyone is in Orange County. Starpool's 15-year anniversary. Starpool is everyone that used to be in St. Paris except for the singer, obviously. After that, we're taking a break for the baby. But we'll have played, I think, 20 shows in a year, which is a lot for us. But that's we had the 6 days with the Toasters, which kind of bumped up the number there.
When you guys played with the Toasters, did you stay local or did you go outside of California?
It was all in California, but it was basically one of the shows was local. So, Fullerton, here at Slide Bar, we stayed at home that night, but it was San Diego, Fullerton. Oh, yeah, we went to Vegas. Vegas is not in California. So, yes, we went out there to California.
Yay,
and then there was an LA show, and then Fresno and Berkeley. So it was a kind of grueling schedule going back and forth. Like, I don't know how it could have been done that differently, but it was to drive all the way out to, Vegas and then all the way back to LA the next day was a little bit rough, but it could be worse.
That's a good attitude to have. You just released, you said in last July, Camp Slush Tone, yes?
Yeah.
And that is the most recent album. So how long did it take you guys to make that from start to finish, recording to it was pressed to releasing it? Tell us about the process of your most recent album.
Sure. So some of the songs, starting from like the writing, I actually like some of the music for that, not the lyrics, but one of the songs I actually wrote about 10 years before we even recorded it. And I just finally found the right lyrics that Tara had written to put to it and all that. So the writing was like sporadic over a long time. Most of it was written in the last couple of years though. And then from recording to releasing the CD, obviously the vinyl took longer to press, but recording to releasing the CD was only about 3 months, actually a little bit less than that.
Do you guys use a recording studio or do you do everything in-house?
We go to a recording studio. It's called Pot of Gold Records. It's run by David Irish, who is amazing. He currently is the front of house guy for the Interrupters, so he has to go on tour a lot with them. But he used to be the stage manager for Real Big Fish, and he's recorded the last several Real Big Fish albums. Everything after We're Not Happy Till You're Not Happy, he recorded. He's done Urban Legends, Be Like Max, Tunnel Vision, Babes and Her Moneymakers. He's done tons of stuff. He's great.
You mentioned that you played with the Toasters. What other bigger ska bands have you played with? I mean, I would think you guys are saturated out there.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I would think that your scene out there is probably fully saturated.
There's a lot of bands, but so we've played with Real Big Fish. We toured with Real Big Fish. That was 10 years ago at this point. We've opened for Less Than Jake, Aquabats, The Selector, English Beat, RX Standards.
Cool.
We've been very fortunate. We've opened for a lot of big bands. I'd say the one like big band that I would still bigger band that would still be awesome to open for is the Bosstones.
Mustard Plug.
That would be awesome.
News as
we opened for Mustard Plug. Yeah.
I was gonna say news like as of a half hour ago. Mustard Plug just got put on the Mighty Mighty Bosstones tour, and they're going to be playing in Detroit. So that show's coming up. But it popped up, so I was like, yay! They always come every year to Chicago and play.
Didn't just open for Mustard Plug?
Yes.
Or they're going to?
They did.
Yeah.
So Mustard Plug comes to Chicago quite frequently just because it's like a 6-hour drive from where they are in Michigan. And every Christmas they come and they play with the Crombies. So I've gotten to see them, and they're always a good time. They usually come here in January. Usually they tour about 2 to 4 weeks apart from the Toasters. They have the same booking agent, and they come through like the same route, just a few weeks apart.
And I'm sure they get sick of winter in Michigan.
I asked the question of who you've played with because my follow-up question to that, Max, is how do you guys get your shows? How do you get those onto those bigger bills?
Well, we super lucked out. So it requires a little bit of backstory, but basically, Aaron Barrett went to the same high school as I did, and most of the original members did, but many years apart.
Talk about small world.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron had wanted to start producing records, so I'm not sure exactly how this happened, but our friend Chase Long Beach had recorded an album with Dave Irish, and Aaron produced it. And then Aaron was eating at the burger joint across the street from our high school, and we happened to go there at the same time and saw him and knew that he had produced the Chase Long Beach album because we're friends with them. And we're like, hey, you want to produce our record? And he said, sure, email me here. And that's how that happened. And then we all had a good time recording our first EP, and he asked us to open for them, and then he asked us to do a 4-day tour with them, and then we got a lot of notoriety from that. And at that point, I mean, most of the time I'm emailing, just like trying to get on shows. But we do have the good fortune of being reached out to a lot as well. And nowadays, Cameron, our other guitar player, he has a company called Pocket Entertainment, and they put on most of the ska shows in Orange County at this point. So they put on a big show called Ska-Con last year. It was a big 2-day ska festival, and Less Than Jake headlined the second day, and that's how we got to open for them. I mean, we would have played the show regardless because pretty much all the local bands played, but that didn't hurt.
How large of a scene is out there? I mean, when I think California and I think ska, I think, you could pretty much look at any bar or venue and it's going to have a ska band. Is that just a misconception? Or do you guys have a very large scene still?
It's a good scene. It kind of ebbs and flows. Right now, there's probably there's a fair amount of bands of different levels. You could go to a ska show at least once a week, for sure.
And, when you play with local bands, are you playing with a lot of the same local bands? Like, do you have partnerships and work in collaboration so that, if band next door has a gig but you don't, you're pumping them so that when you have a gig, they're pumping you? Or what is the camaraderie and community like as far as playing shows? Or does everybody play the same thing every time?
There's definitely co-promotion and stuff. Our closest band friends are codename Rocky and Hooray for Our Side. But there's a lot of other bands, Stupid Flanders, Noise Complaint. I'm going to be totally blanking. Fail to Victory is a band that I like, but they don't play very, very much.
You're going to be Mr.
I like
Blanking?
I mentioned Starpool and...
I said, will you be Mr. Blanking? Because that's a ska band I know out there. Anyways.
Mr. Blank, I think they're from Seattle.
Yes.
But
I had to throw it in. I was trying to be punny. Do you guys reach out to, say, Seattle? I know that they have quite a large ska scene. Do you find yourself doing a lot of cross-promotion, and do those bands, come down and work with you guys too?
Yeah, it's become a lot easier and a lot more of that lately. Like I mentioned, Cameron, the Pocket Entertainment. Basically, if anyone wants to book a tour coming through Orange County, it's probably going to go through him. So we play with those bands. I just did, we were just on the Ska Mission East to West comp that they handed out at Supernova. So I've been talking to Jesse from Ska Mission. I would love to get up and play in Seattle and Portland and that area at some point. It's just we have to plan that stuff way far in advance. Mm-hmm. And we'll see. We'll get there.
What do you think would be your dream show?
Okay, I have a good answer for this. We want to play in Japan.
Japan?
That's like the pie in the sky thing. Tara asked me one night, our singer, what if you could just blurt out what your dream would be? And I said, we should tour in Japan.
Why in Japan?
So we've kind of had it in our mind, I just think it'd be awesome. People really appreciate music there, and you'll see videos from ska shows, and it's crazy.
It is.
Because they dance for it. So, and I don't think it's impossible. I think we can make it happen, but we haven't started planning it because there's babies and stuff. So We'll see.
Yeah, we played a band called Emu Chicken. They were from Japan, and I had to double check when they sent me their music. I was like, "Is this real life? Is this really from Japan?" And sure enough, it was a dude who lived in the States, but he went over there to work as an English teacher, stayed over there, and made a ska band.
That's cool.
So
that's awesome.
So yeah, there is a large ska scene in Japan, and they do, very much appreciate music, I think, on a different level than we Americans do.
Definitely.
So
I've always just wanted to go to Japan, so, mix the two together.
gotcha. Hey, it's business and pleasure. You gotta have that.
We do.
So, do you guys have merch available if anybody, our viewers here are tuning in and they're like, hey, that'd be cool to have some 2 stuff. You want to plug your 2 stuff?
I sure do. We have a lot. We have a bunch of different shirts, and we have a vinyl record, and we have CDs and patches and stickers, or you can just download stuff. So we have a website, halfpast2ska.com, and you can get all that stuff there. And also, if you just want to listen, I totally understand that. We're on Apple Music and Spotify and YouTube and Amazon and Google Play and a bunch of other things that I don't even know the names, like Deezer. I think that's a thing.
What?
So if you know what Deezer is, you can listen to it from Deezer.
Deezer?
Beaver.
Yeah, like Weezer, but with a D.
I've never heard of that.
Looking it up.
I don't know what it is, but I know we're on it.
I don't know what that
How do you know that you're on it? Like, how do you come to be on it if you didn't do it? Another bandmate?
I don't know. Because we get I have my digital distributor, DistroKid, and they just put it to all the different stores. And I got an email that said, your music is now on Deezer. We did it for you for free. And I was like, okay.
What is the benefit
So there you go.
of using one of those sites to push out your music?
I don't think there's another way to do it, honestly, but I think DistroKid is definitely the easiest to use and the cheapest that I've ever found.
Well,
I don't know how else you would get it. The only exception is for Pandora, you have to submit directly to them, and each album you have to do a separate submission for. So we're also on Pandora.
Mm-hmm. You're on Pandora?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I think that you are the first band that we have had on that has cracked that, because Pandora is an animal to get on. But I invite you, sir.
They are.
I invite you, sir, while you are in the process of making a new album and moving forward with your musical career, to check out some of these past shows, specifically the interview with James White and with Madeline, because these bands are all on multiple platforms, and they did it themselves because they wanted all of their royalties, and how you can, and they didn't want to lose any rights to their copyrighted material, because when you go through, say, a how do you say it? DistroKid or CD Baby, within those contracts, even though they help promote you, you also lose a lot of the right to your stuff. So if you went back and you were like, yeah, we'd like to take this down, we're going to go, yeah, that's fine, you don't get any of the royalties then. So you can do it by being your own entity, because you have music recorded. You can put it on SoundCloud, which gives you the correct established base to be on iTunes and Spotify and things like that. So I'd go back and look, because my thing is, I want to take back the music industry so A, bands are informed, and B, they get all of their money. Because why shouldn't you get all of the money that you put into your project? Ta-da!
That's true.
The more you know, the facts of life. Facts of life. I knew it was gonna come full circle. That's how.
circle.
Thank you, Max. But artwork. Who does your artwork?
Well, the cover of Camp Slushstone is actually a photograph of a miniature set that Tara's sister designed and built. She works for a bunch of different companies up in LA, building miniatures. That's her job. And so she made that for her. And then Tara's husband did the photography and photoshopping. Other than that, we use different artists for different things.
Are you a do-it-yourself, seek out friends to help you sort of thing, or do you actually try to commission people and pay them to do artwork for you?
It's my friends, but we also pay them just like we want to get paid for our art, I want to pay my friends for their art,
That sounds
So
good.
it goes both ways.
Do you guys make your own merch, or do you go through local companies to, say, make your stickers and T-shirts and things like that?
I have a friend that has a company, but he makes the shirts for us. I don't have a room for a silk screen machine in my garage, unfortunately. I wish. That would be great.
Right next to the grill, you can make dinner and your shirts all in one.
Yeah.
Get grease on your screen.
Get grease on your screen. Chelsea makes shirts, Mike makes shirts. We make our own stuff too, so we understand that. But we're like super do it in your basement sort of thing. Camp Slush Tone. Let's talk about that album. How did you come up with that name?
So before Half Past Two was Half Past Two, it was a ska cover band that I started to play the talent show at my senior year in high school. But that band was called King Otterpop and the Slush Tones. I don't remember how that name came about, but one day we were just talking about this record, and Tara said, "Hey, I think we should call it Camp Slush Tone." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And that's how it happened.
Gotcha.
That's where Slush Tone came from. I'm not sure what made her think it's camp, but there it is.
So what? How did you come to be Half Past Two? Because the people I've been like,
Half Past Two.
Go on.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the people I've been like, you gotta watch the show tonight. We have 2:30. They're like, what? I'm like, it's not a time, it's a band. So.
Yeah. It is the time that we got out of high school, 2:30. So that's where Half Past Two came from.
Aha.
Damn, that's brilliant.
That's very
right.
nice. The more you know. So,
Yes.
you know, while we were doing our quick reboot, I talked about how I came to find you. One of my friends, Thomas, who manages Epic 18 in Southern California, had shared your live feed. I think it was in probably end of December, early January. And it was like one of your practices. So do you guys do that often?
No, but we should, because it was fun. That was for the 10th anniversary of our first EP, Camp Slush Tone. Call it Polar Bear. That's what it is. So we ran through the 5 songs acoustically.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's loud. I've noticed more and more that bands are doing that, where they're taking their rehearsal time and they're like, hey, you guys want to watch us just rehearse? And so I thought that was very neat. And so that's how I come to be like, I'm going to get these guys on my show. Hey, that's how I come to know about you. So thank you very much for joining us this evening, because it's been, 6 months in the making?
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
So goals for the band. Do you guys have any? You have your upcoming show this weekend, yeah. And do you have?
It's a week from Saturday, but yes.
It's the 9th.
The 9th. This Saturday we're releasing the music video for Smile Like You Mean It.
And then the 9th you have your show. Do you have any plans upcoming to start work on another album? Besides the show that you have on the 9th, is there anything upcoming? Give us a list of events.
Sure. Well, nothing else planned because, like I mentioned, Tara's having a baby, so we're taking the summer off from shows. But we're still we are working. We have several songs that are have been written, but we've only started working on one of them in rehearsal. We also have been in the studio recording a couple of covers with some friends from other bands that we'll be releasing during the summer, kind of while we're on a break. So I'm pretty excited for that, although I don't want to reveal what the songs are yet because we're keeping that a secret.
Okay.
And then, we will hopefully record another album before another year is up, like hopefully sometime early next year, but we'll see how it goes.
And then for those of you, because we've had a few more people pop on who are watching, how can folks find you? Talk about your social media and internet presence, Max. How can people find Half Past Two?
Well, it's pretty easy. We are Half Past Two Ska everywhere. So the name of the band, FKA, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, our website, everywhere. That is us. And or just search Half Past Two on Google, or I think they come up pretty early on there. And or Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, all that stuff. Please check us out.
What is the best social media platform for you guys? Or what has been the best social media platform? Where do you think you get most of your participants?
It's Facebook and Instagram. It kind of depends what it is, what people are responding to more. There's a lot of younger people that don't use Facebook, so Instagram is good for them. I really like the Instagram story because it kind of lets you post more without feeling like you're bothering people. But a combination of Facebook and Instagram.
I think, I don't know, I had to get used to Instagram just because it wasn't, I can't share stuff. I have to figure out how to, like, save it and then share it on my stuff. Like, you should check these guys out. I think it's harder to cross-promote on Instagram.
It is. And I always have to reformat posts and pictures and, all that stuff. Video. They've made it a little bit easier. Because I used to have to make like square versions of videos, and now you can just post a regular video and it's fine. So they made it a little bit easier.
Who are you guys?
But you're right, you can't share stuff.
No, and that's horrible. Because if I'm like, hey, you should check out this band, then I have to like steal a picture and then save it and then post it and do whatever. So there's all of that to consider. So I might be thieving your shit, FYI. So who are you playing with on June 9th?
We are playing with 9 other bands. It's 10 bands for $10. Like I mentioned, it's Starpool's 15-year anniversary, so they're the headliners. And then we're playing with Codename Rocky, Hooray for Our Side, Matamoska, Be Like Max, The Meddlers, Major League Skankers, Mafia Russa, and Scaberry Jam.
Scaberry Jam?
That sounds awesome.
Aww.
They're a new band. They're all still in high school, so they're like the cute, like, oh, you're just starting, and Scaberry Jam. I really like their name.
Do you guys have a lot of all-age venues out there?
We don't. No, we don't. We had a really good one for a couple of years, and then things didn't go well, so the past year or so, it's been mostly like 21 and up shows, but like trying to get all ages here and there. Mostly it's just if we get like a House of Blues show, which are, less common. But we did this place where we're doing this big Starpool show. It's an amphitheater, but they have a back room as well. And so there's 10 bands, so there's 5 on the small stage, 5 on the main stage. And that's an all-ages place, and we'll be able to do shows of different sizes in there. So we're pretty excited that we're going to be able to get more all-ages stuff going.
Here's a question that I'm interested in, because most of our experience currently has been the bands that have reached out to us are, I would say, 3rd or 4th wave ska or ska punk. How is that a prevalent wave of ska in California? I mean, that's kind of where it originated, but do you see a lot of second wave or original, first wave influenced ska bands out by you?
Yeah, we have everything here. So like the LA scene is really big, and there's a lot more. I mean, there's ska punk there, but there's a lot more like traditional stuff. And at the same venue, we're doing this amphitheater venue where we're doing the show. Our guitar player in Pocket Entertainment is also putting on a all like traditional and reggae show festival in July or August, and Western Standard Time is the headliners, and there's other bands like Delirium, Debonaires,
That's awesome.
Steady 45s, and stuff like that.
That's real cool.
No big deal.
It's like almost nonchalant, but like if I lived out there, it'd be like, oh my god, I love all of you.
Exactly.
So
it's a really good show. And then they're doing another one in August that they haven't announced. That's gonna be more bands, And that one is, I'm really proud of that name. It's a name I came up with. I love ska puns, as I'm sure you do, because who doesn't? So we did a headlining show at the House of Blues a few years ago, and it was in August, and the promoter said, come up with a bunch of summer-themed ska puns that we could call this show. So what this show is called is Wet Hot Ska-American Summer.
Yeah.
So,
I like it. For the win. So Max, it's getting close to the top of the hour, so we're going to let you go so you can get set up for your rehearsal, because you moved rehearsal tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for coming on the show. Again, we've been talking to Max from 2:30. That's HALF space PAST space TWO space ska SKA. 2:30 Ska is how you can find them on Facebook, Instagram, iTunes, Pandora, Spotify,
Google,
everything, on everything.
Instagram.
We're gonna play their music next on the second portion of our show. Max, thank you. I encourage you with all of these next in 2 weeks, all those 10 bands, go out and spread the good word of the Ska Kid so that they can also do what you just did. And let the world know.
I will.
Yay! And when this video is done, edited, and up on the YouTubes, we will share it with you, and you can put it on your page as well.
I will definitely share that.
Do you have any last words, my friend?
This is going to be very anticlimactic. No, I do not.
So Max is going to go to rehearsal again. Thank you, and we're going to play his music after this short break. Thanks, Max.
Bye.
Bye. After these messages, we'll be right back. Ow! Okay?
Thanks.
Bye.
God damn it, Kitty.